Namaste, Namaskaram, Vanakkam, Namo Namaha, Jai Ganesha. Why death? We could just as easily ask, why life? Life and death, a continual dance. Life is the result of the duality of male and female coming together. And as soon as we exit the womb, we're in this world of duality, everything in its opposite. Hot, cold, up and down. Joy and sorrow, sukha dukkha, like and dislike, raga devesha. So let's go a bit deeper. Why death? Why sleep? Just consider for a moment that every 24-hour cycle, the body, mind, and emotions need to go into a deep rest, deep sleep. When we actually know nothing, obviously there's still something. You don't get nothing or something from nothing because there is no nothing. Show me nothing. So in this deep sleep, we don't know that we have, and listen to the language here, we don't know that we have a body or a mind or emotions. And we need that in order to function through the day or the next cycle. So we go into the no thingness in order to be refreshed for the next day. Death is simply a longer duration when this physical body and the mind become basically worn out for any one cycle through the aging process and or through various diseases. And so we need a rest. This is death, which is simply another cycle in the endless cycle of creation, preservation, and destruction. Now, Hindus chant Asato Ma Sadgamaya. Lead me from untruth to truth. Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya. Lead me from ignorance to a more enlightened state of being. And Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Lead me from death to immortality. How can we get into immortality or beyond death? Well, then we have to get beyond life itself into the absolute experience of no thingness. The Saiva Hindu Guru Patanjali calls this Kaivalya liberation, Purush Artha Sunyam, going into the no thingness, the zero experience. Remember, it was Hindus who came up with the numeral zero for calculations. Now, while we're in the zero experience, nothing is happening that we know of. But as soon as we come out of that, we come into the one manyness that is life itself. Hence the binary system, 0 to many. 0 to 1 is basically saying 0 to many, and the multitudinous nature that is life itself. Obviously, when we're in the zero experience, we don't realize anything. So that last phrase, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya, be careful what we wish for. Do we really want to escape death altogether? If we do so, we have to escape life altogether. So this is the creation, preservation, destruction that is the circle of life, the spiral of life. Notice how Mahadev Shiva epitomizes this in form with the dance of Shiva, the spiraling dance of creation, the spiral of his jata, out of which comes Gangama, the powerful forces of life itself, the Shakti energy. This also represents the spiraling nature that is life, from the spiraling galaxies to the most powerful forces of nature, the hurricane, the tornado, the whirlpool, the breaking wave, the conch shell at the bottom of the ocean. So it goes from the cosmos to the bottom of the ocean. And this is the way we also perceive, through the spiraling cochlea in our ears, through the black hole in our eye. Look into that black hole. We all have one. And it's there that we unify. And it's called the pupil. At that level, we need to keep our mouth shut. Om Tat Sat. Want a lesson in non-duality? Want another one? See? Be careful out there, you Vedantists. So we go from zero to many. This is Vitarka Mudra, zero to many. It's closer to reality, hence the Sanskrit, Tamil, Hindu neuter term Brahman for the Big Bang you see. Remember, this is the very definition of the Sanskrit, Tamil, Hindu word yoga, yogam, to yoke, huge, to our Atmana and Brahman. And these are both its. The Atmana is literally not the mind. So we, in a sense, hopefully in a positive way, go out of our mind. Because have we not figured out so many ways to unethically go out of our mind? Now, in the Hindu Yoga Dharma, we actually have a deity, a guru of death, Yama. And in this classic story, in the Katha Upanishad, the young seeker, Nachiketa, but could be a female too, male, female, because we're all on this search. And at a young age, Nachiketa wants to learn about death. So he's going to learn about life also. So he goes to the Guru, Yama, and he knocks on his door. No answer. He sits. Day 2, knocks on the door, no answer. So he sits. Day 3, knocks on the door, no answer. In other words, he was willing to sacrifice everything for this knowledge of what life and death is all about. And finally, after the 3rd day, the door creaks open and there's the Guru. And did Nachiketa get upset with him? In today's world, all the Guru has to do is a little tapas and students just take off. No, he humbly bowed. And Yama said, very good. So for your diligence, I'm going to give you 3 boons. So he was testing his young Chela. And Nachiketa said, first, please let there be no disharmony with my family, because he left his family and his father especially was very upset. So be it. This is good karma. There's a teaching lesson here. Good karma yoga. Do the right thing in life. And then Yama said, so be it. What's your next boon? And here Nachiketa wanted to learn all about the Hindu rituals. In other words, learning about life itself. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. All things we include in our sacred puja. So be it. So this is Bhakti Yoga. See the progressive series here? Pade Pade. Step by step. Sutra by sutra, thread by thread. Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. And then finally, as we go into Raja Yoga, Yama wanted to know the deep secrets of life, about the self, about the Atmana, about death itself. And Yama continued to test him and said, I'm a very powerful guru. I can give you anything you want. In today's world, that would be money, cars, things, stuff. So in those days, cattle, maidens, perhaps. In other words, he was testing him. And at each turn, Nachiketa said, no, Guruji, those things are temporary. So finally, after testing him thoroughly, he granted to give him the innate knowledge of the Atmana and beyond, into the no-thingness, the secret of death. And how did Yama come to know about death, become the guru of death? Because he committed a great sin with his sister Yami. He had sex with his sister. So the lesson here is that to get through this life, we need to learn to do what is right in order to live the most effective life, the most pain-free life. There's going to be pain, but it does not have to be severe and excessive due to our improper actions. Hence, you all know this word yama also. This is our code of living as Hindus, the restraints, the do-nots. In society in general, and certainly in all the religions of the world, we all have codes of conduct to help us get through this life so that we do have more joy than sorrow. But the two are inevitable. Hence the codes of living help us to navigate our way through this lifetime. And then on into the next, and then perhaps into another life. And so the cycle goes until, poof, we do enter into immortality, which is now beyond death. So be careful what we wish for. Because at that point, if there's no death, there can be no life either, as we go and meld into the no-thingness experience. Om Tat Sat. That is that. So in part 2, we'll go into these yamas to teach us how to get through any one incarnation. Om Namaste. Namaskaram Vanakam Namo Namaha. Jai Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, of ignorance. Asatoma Asadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om.